Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am your gracious Osai Zen, and I welcome you to an interesting little game that I kind of caught wind of last night on YouTube. It is called Oxygen Not Included. And that is not a metaphor. This game is a lot of resource management, a lot of environmental management, and is made by the same people who brought us Don't Starve. But yeah, I played about 2 hours of this so far the other night, and I gotta say, it's in alpha, early alpha from what I can see from it, but it has a lot of promise. And if you want to go get it, I can link the site, or I can post a link for the area where you can get it, which you kind of have to go through the developers forum page to kind of get to a Steam page to kind of buy it. You can't necessarily get it directly from Steam, which I will say for how early in alpha it seems, according to their post, it seems to be the $19.99 or whatever equivalent you got. It's kind of pricey if you look at it like that, but having played it, it's worth it. Now, I'm going to start a new game for you guys, and we're going to jump into this, and you're going to see just what this is all about, what I'm talking about. I mean, what is environmental management? Well, you'll see. Now, everything is just randomly generated. Every time you start a new world, everything is randomly generated. Even the characters you get, what you'll see here, these guys, you start off with 3 guys. You get a new one every now and then, but you start off with 3 guys, and they're all random. From their good traits to their bad traits to their attributes to the little additional things down here. Everything about them is random. But it's all important. Like, I'll point to this first guy right here. Level 7 chef. He's got +7 in cooking, +4 in digging, which I would use him more as a chef or anything. He's got diver's lungs, which gives him... Basically, he can survive in low-level areas a bit better. I mean, I guess he can hold his breath. He doesn't need as much oxygen as everyone else. Now, here's the bad trait. Gastrophobia. Cannot perform the job cook. This guy is a chef and he cannot cook. So this guy is automatically going to get reshuffled. Now, I'll come back and look at him in a second. Let's go back to the other guy. He's an interior decorator, which the decor thing down here is kind of important, and I'll get to that later on. But he's a level 7 miner. So he's got high dig, he got some medicine, he got some creativity. He's an interior decorator, but he can't research. So basically, he's going to be the guy that digs. Level 5 artist. Can't run. He's got less movement speed than the others. Can't really dig, can't really medicine, can't really create all that well. She's also an interior decorator, but she's anemic, which is why her athletics is so low. I don't necessarily like that. I mean, being able to shuffle things around, I kind of like this guy, level 6 scientist. He's got good learning, which he's a quick learner. So this guy could actually be really well with our research, which I'll get to that when it comes up. You can't cook, which, okay, fine. That ain't that big of a thing. So I'm going to keep these 2. Now this guy, 4 to cooking, 9 to learning, and 4 to tinkering. He's basically the mad scientist, but he's a narcoleptic. He will fall asleep whenever, wherever. Okay, I didn't realize this guy was this. So I think I'm going to keep these 2. Because this guy, a level 9 in learning, that is actually going to come in real handy. So let's reshuffle Brady here. See if we can't See if we can't get a good one. Physician, don't really need it. Level 7 miner. Ooh, mole hands. Doesn't really seem like all that important, but that gives a plus to digging, which there's a lot of. So now I want to keep her, but I want to change out Turner. So we're going to change him out. No, I'm trying to look, hoping I can get. Oh, this is interesting. Level 7 cook with mole hands so she can dig, irritable bowel syndrome. Now, I bet you're probably looking down here at these stress responses. There is stress in this game. These guys will get stressed if certain things happen. I think we'll keep her. That is manageable. Bustling Rat's Nest is going to be the name of our colony. That can be randomly generated as well. But this is what we're starting off with. And we're going to get into the middle of this planet. I'm not even joking. Here we are. Alert. The crew has awoken miles beneath the surface of an unfamiliar terrestrial body. Oddly, they have no recollection of how they got here. It might be best to start digging, which is exactly what I do. I'm going to pause it, which is a nice little feature. You can pause, speed up, and really speed up and all that. And just kind of look around, see what we got. Now, yes, I am underground. There are various mineral sources around, like fertilizer, some algae, some copper here. You got water, you got oxygen, some oxygen over here, some plant life. There is animal life, I just don't see any around here. You got some oxalate crystals, which these, very important. Never destroy these. They provide a ton of oxygen, which I will switch over to this. Oxygen overlay. This is why the name is called Oxygen Not Included. There are some ways to make oxygen, and that is probably your biggest environmental resource. You have to make sure your guys can breathe. And as far as I know right now, there is no way to give them like some kind of spacesuit or something like that. I don't know if that's in the future or if I just haven't gotten that far down the tech tree yet. I don't know. Like I said, I only played about 2 hours of it the other night. So then basically I'm starting over right here. Now, as you can see, there's very breathable, breathable, barely breathable, unbreathable, slightly toxic, and very toxic. So right now we got a lot of breathable and very breathable air, which is good, which is really good. Not really else too much going around. So basically what you do is you just dig. You dig up, you create a base that your guys can essentially live in. I'm going to have these guys just go over here and just start digging. Like they'll start doing things automatically. You set up the kind of a queue for them as to what exactly you want them to do specifically or when they have the resources to do it, and they'll do it. They'll completely do it. They'll absolutely start doing it. Now, we'll have them do a ladder here. That way they can get down here. Dig that little spot up. Because what we need to start really doing, which is top priorities for day one, need to get an outhouse up. Need to get sleeping cots up. And which I'm going to do that right now, actually. Give them some sleeping cots. And then where would be, I guess I'll stick the outhouse like way over here or something. Now, a thing with this requires no piping, reduces stress and the spread of disease by regulating where duplicates relieve themselves. Must be emptied of contaminated dirt periodically. Now, that is not necessarily going to be a problem right away. Later on, it can be, especially once that contaminated dirt starts piling up. That will pollute the air around you. And as you can probably imagine, not a good thing to do, especially when your guys need to breathe. At least they need to breathe at least breathable air. They can work in barely breathable. They kind of don't really like it. Unbreathable, they hold their breath. I think same, slightly toxic and very toxic might actually poison them. Not entirely sure. All right, clean out the dirt. Clean out the dirt. Clean out the dirt. All right, so what I think I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put raw minerals into this one. Now, I kind of made a mistake last night by basically just having them build like a lot of these and then just having them full of just everything, which will clog these up in no time at all. So you kind of want to have an idea like, okay, I want minerals in this one. I want just, dirt blocks in this one and just anything else in, that one. So let's see. We'll put soil in that one. And yeah, we'll put some raw metal in that one. The other things, the like dirt, sand, millwood seeds. Millwood seed. Do I have more than one of those or no? Oh, and I don't have a planter for that. Well, crap. Okay, that's fine. Actually, not really, because I really need that. So I'm actually... Okay, that's actually going to be a priority right now. Getting vegetation plants like this, like the seeds for these, is actually really, really useful later on when you need to start making food. So anytime you see one of these, it is always a good idea to grab them up, put them away, and, save them for when you can actually use them. Because the plants, once you have planters for them and you can actually start farming them, it's actually quite useful. All right, so they got all that done. Now plumbing. I'm gonna put the outhouse right here, as far away from anything as I can. Okay, so next up. All right, now you see this right here, little pockets of carbon dioxide. This is not from me doing it. This is just from these guys actually emitting carbon dioxide. So they're actually breathing the air and slowly making all that. So what we need to do, get out of that. So this is all algae. Okay. I know what I need to do. I'm going to mine all of that up because, like I said, you can build oxygen. And I'm going to put a algae deoxidizer, which it basically creates oxygen. All right, I'm actually going to harvest that just to get it out of the way too. Like, that's the millwood. But that one will grow, and eventually I can harvest food from it, and we'll be good. We'll have a little plant. I see that's food too. I'll give them some food that they can eat whenever they're hungry. Which this is a ration box. They'll automatically eat out of here whenever they're hungry. So not necessarily that big of a concern right now. Okay, so we got some more algae over here. Basically, just gonna get as much of that algae as I can for right now, because they will have to reload these oxidizer things as needed. It's a little bit of annoying. Sorry if you can hear all that in the background. Okay, so Manual generator. Yeah. Basically does what it does. Basically does exactly what it sounds like. So I'm actually going to run that up here, run it up here, run it back up here, and then run it over there. The wiring in this is very important. I mean, if you've ever played something like Factorio, you're going to understand pretty quickly that you really need to plan out a lot of your base constructions. Like right now, it's not that big of a concern, but once you start getting more and more and more stuff, you really have to start paying attention to it. See, he just fell asleep. That's the narcoleptic right there. It's kind of funny watching them do it sometimes. They just randomly fall asleep. Like, ooh, all right, here, contaminated water over here. I don't know if I can purify that, but I don't want to break into it. Ooh, bristle blossom. Atmospheric pressure too low. Yeah, there's some weird animal and plant life in this game that is just like, what do you do? What do you do? I mean, as you can see, also there's a lot of just really weird, all kinds of stuff, really. And your guys can be killed. They can be killed and they can die, which is not pleasant. All right, we're also going to build a microbe musher, which basically makes some food. Not the best kind of food right now, but it makes food. And well, we don't really need it, but it's nice to have. Okay, so what are we gonna do? What do I have in this one? Cultivated sorrel, and yeah, we'll put organic and cultivated soil in there. That's coal. It's got raw metal, filtration, consumable ore. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, well, it's time for everyone to go to sleep. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to go to their cots. I'm going to speed everything up because these night cycles kind of take forever. Let's look around, see if... No wild creatures are around to harass my guys. That's good. That is good. I mean, the first time I actually played this, I actually had this little creature kind of just running around the area. And when I looked at him, it said, oh yeah, he's, only going to eat things that he can fit into his mouth. Which I was thinking it would just be like these little minerals I got going around. No, this little son of a bitch, he ate two of my guys back to back without even blinking. All right, so let's see. Don't care, read all that. I've read all this. All right, insufficient oxygen generation. Which, go away. If you're going to go to your report over here, you can kind of see, let's see, where's oxygen generation? Added about 16 kilograms. Pause that for a second. But I removed 35 kilograms. So I'm actually losing more oxygen than I'm making. So what I probably need to do, and if I do that, you can kind of see that the carbon dioxide's still just kind of around. So I think the best thing to do right now is I'm going to put another deoxidizer over here. You're probably wondering, like, oh, why don't you put it way over there with the other one? Because there is actual fluid dynamics, even with the air. The air will actually interact with each other. I mean, I can probably break into this up here and it will pump, the air will flow into this as well. Same with liquids. If I were to break into that, like down here, it would flood down into here, flooding all of this. And you see, you guys are eating instead of working. Little bastards work. What's the other guy? Oh, he's over there. Okay, so as you see here now, I got a gap. That's where that oxalate crystal was. These things they generate a lot of oxygen, but they do decay over time, and then when they decay completely, they're gone. They're done. So, okay, what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kind of cheat things here a little bit because I need to get that algae if I'm going to make this 2 of these, which these things will eat through your algae kind of quickly. And the guy fell asleep. All right, so I need to actually make a battery then. I need to make a battery. I'm probably going to make 2 batteries. Batteries will basically just store any extra, because right now, as long as someone's running on this, these things are all powered. Once someone gets off, they run out of power. So having batteries, they'll store the extra power, and yada 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 yada. Everything will be good. All right, come on. Where is everyone? Where do you think I gotta go? Oh, there he is. Okay, they're still working on that. They kind of work off of a queue system. So once they're done with this, they should go over here and start on these. And once they're done with this, they'll go down here and start working on this. Yeah, see, he's working on this now. This guy's still working on that. Probably finished up with that, I hope. Ah, crap, they're going to break that. Yeah. How they kind of work on things is kind of weird. They kind of bounce around sometimes. Like, they should have finished this up, but instead they're finishing this up. They got one more over here to get this thing working. And it can be kind of annoying, to say the least. See, now they're working together. They get that done. Batteries are charging. She's running like crazy. Okay, so now we got that going. Got the mill seed, which is awesome. That gives me 2 mill seeds in there, which is phenomenal for once I get planters going. Okay, so batteries are full of charge, which means she'll probably stop running here before too long. All right, so now we got to figure out what's the next thing to do, which isn't really all that hard from what I've seen so far. Next thing, basically, what I want to do or need to do is to start getting these research stations up. I need to get the research stations up to basically get everything going. But actually, you know what? Let's I did mention this. The core, which is basically like your furniture, your pleasantries, and things like this. These will help to reduce a lot of stress on your guys over time, which, as you can see here, the green areas are providing stress-free zones. The red, oh, those are stressful zones. Those are very stressful zones. So we're going to do that, which means I'm going to have to run some power cables around, which is fine. All right, you guys hurry up and build all that. Build. And as you see here, batteries are fully charged. Everything is pumping good. It still says I'm insufficient on oxygen generation, which, good Lord, I don't know how it's gone up that high. And it's still going up. I don't know. I do know that I need to get... Actually, I probably do know. It's probably because I'm not really... Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start digging out... I'm going to dig out into this area. That way... I can get the oxygen from up here, which there's a couple of oxalate crystals, which is awesome to have around. Because you see, this big one that I had up here is already starting to decay down. I mean, we're still in a very breathable air, which is good. But the more these guys work, the more they keep running around, the more they keep doing everything. Shut up. I know, there's the core. There, you happy? No, not really. Well, screw you. Probably because everything's on the floor. So, I'm probably going to have to make another one of these to basically collect the rest of this crap. Which, why ain't no one picking up the millwood seeds or anything? Oh, okay. Sleep, 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 sleep. Come on. I'm gonna have to have them basically clean up. I think that is kind of affecting their overall kind of moods at the moment. Yeah, like I said, day-night cycle lasts forever. So I'm going to speed this up, have them clean all this up. And what we're going to do here is, do I have one for raw minerals? I think I do. Yeah. So I more or less have one for just about everything. So I'm actually going to put raw metal, raw minerals into that one. And the consumable ore into that one as well. All right, so food is still decent enough. All right, come on. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Clean it up, clean it up, clean it up, clean it up. See, this one, which had just raw minerals, is already full, or just about full. So these will actually fill up pretty fast. Now, I don't know if there is going to be more kind of storage options. I don't really think there are, because you kind of can get a sense as to what all you can make for the most part just by kind of going through things. It doesn't really hide too much from you right now. So, I mean, you can kind of, you see what you get. So, okay, so, all right, that's broken into. Now, ooh, all right, so all this is going down there, which, that's fine. That is totally fine. All right. Dig up that thing, which also broke into a small pocket of water, which is awesome. Which, okay, that's actually ready to harvest, which is nice. Oh, and just to finish it off for the episode, we get a new duplicate. Alrighty. So, we can pick one of these three, or we can pick none of these three. You cannot reshuffle these guys. So, yeah. This guy would not be good. Bottomless stomach. He would eat through my food quickly. Grease monkey. Yokel. Mm-hmm. He would do good, kind of helping with the power situation. Uncultured. Diver's lung. Slow learner. This guy, no. I wouldn't want him. So it looks like Grub here is going to join my crew of potentially dead individuals. Which, okay, we're going to get him a cot down here, so he has a place to sleep. And everything's just kind of going like what we do now. Which, okay, we'll get to that next time. I'm going to leave this one here. So far, you're seeing what I'm seeing. I mean, like I said, it's early access still, but give it a shot. I mean, I'm going to keep playing this. I might even go back to the save file I had from last night and keep playing this and save this one for you guys. Or who knows? You know, we'll see where things go. But, yeah. I'll post a link to the forum website where you can get in touch with this game or you can check it out for yourself. If you like it, it's $19.99 or your equivalent. It's a little pricey, I know, to take a risk on an indie in development game that's, you know, going through all of this early access but if they stay faithful with it like they did with Don't Starve, I think you got a gem here. I think you got something good. So, anyway, I've been your host, Saizen. This is Oxygen Not Included. If you like what you like what you're hearing, let me know in the comments. Leave a like, leave a favorite, leave whatever you want. As always, your decision. As always, your choice. Either way, I'll see you all around in the next episode.